Well, it is all over at F&B Stadium, Bati Calabash, one of the biggest game in African continent, Bati is Soweto Derby, Orlando Pirates versus Kaizer Chiefs. Amakosi, they have been defeated by 2-1. Beautiful goal from Mahopa, Orlando Pirates, and the second goal from the president, Matuke. But the first goal came from Amakosi from Lollipop, and everybody thought Amakosi are coming really hard, but unfortunately it wasn't their day today. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe, share, we are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Elamagama usiboniso sizo wakomnikazi sibongo and angambi ngedwa ngiphethe umsayipose bathi mfana nolwazi.
So good evening, Bafethu. This is a review of the second round of the Soweto Derby between Chiefs and Pirates, and we see Orlando Pirates getting all the 6 points on offer against Chiefs, which is a double, and it's a kudos to Pirates and very unlucky for Chiefs.
Not a sweet one for Amakosi, considering that they're coming from a defeat last week, of which Nakona they scored first, but they were defeated by 2-1.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. This Chiefs team, I'm confused always, because today I think they had a very good 25 minutes in the first half, and then from then on they did nothing. Like, the entire game just turned against them until they conceded 2 goals. And when they had the ball in the first 25 minutes, they looked like a team that was going to dominate and just be all over Orlando Pirates until the 38 minutes. After that, I don't know what happened to them. They were all over. They are very shaky. But when they mark, they do a foul. And they lose the ball cheaply until they conceded these 2 goals, and eventually they lost the game.
Yeah, maybe one might say, Uguti, it was just those errors. Maybe the players were thrown off by the errors, considering how they considered the first goal, the Orlando Pirates, because they were the one that were attacking, but the pass was not forthcoming from Shabalala. Pirates won the ball, and it was a goal on the other side. So maybe that's killed the momentum. As a result, the performance was no longer the same.
Yeah, but you have to manage that. The fact that you're considered through what are supposed to be your attack does not necessarily mean that you have to drop your form or drop your head. You have to head on, because this is a big game, and you are a big team yourself. You shouldn't be weak and be controlled by the moments of the game. You should head up and go and fight. You saw Orlando Pirates, they considered the goal, but they never gave up on the game, and as a result, they came back and got the 3 points. So you can't put your head down just because you consider the goal in that fashion. So for Chiefs, I don't know. The coach needs to try and strengthen the minds of these guys, because they lose the games very cheaply, and it has been the case for the most part of this season, and we don't know how and when it's going to end.
But the season is almost over. You look at the Kaizer Chiefs, they have about 2 games now and to play, and then it's over for them. So if you're saying coach I back to the drawing board and then see how does it speak to the players and get to their minds, to do that way, because in actual fact they only have 3 games to play, and then their season is over. There's 2 games, a league and the final, which is coming on Saturday.
Yeah, if he comes back next season, he has to do that. And the next 2 games are very important for top 8 qualification and the Nedbank Cup final, which needs no motivation to Kaizer Chiefs. They know how important it is to win this edition of the Nedbank Cup, and not many words can come from the fans to encourage them. I think by wearing that kit, they know how important the Nedbank Cup is, and the coach himself should know and should ensure that he prepares these boys in a right way to be able to compete in the final. Otherwise, we're not going to be seeing any improvement if bazoqhubeka kanje nokudembesela kangaka.
But then the game did not start on time. It was supposed to start at 3 o'clock, but it ended up starting at 3:30 due to abalandeli abangenanga on time at the stadium. But then what was then on the pitch when the first whistle went on, we saw a beautiful game, tactics. We saw like a very open game. One would have thought it would be a close game because these are big teams and nobody wants to lose. And Pirates is also fighting for the league. The 3 point is crucial to them. Kaizer Chiefs, 3 points is crucial to them because they are trying to get into the top 8. But we actually saw a very open game where they were going pound to pound, both sides, the very first 10 to 20 minutes of the game.
I think it lived up to the expectation of every game of this game, because we are always expecting an end-to-end game from these two sides, but we had to get it. And today I think it's one of those days where I can say that these teams really opened up the game and they had a go at each other, and it was a good game for spectators, but not a very good one for Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe good in the first few minutes, and then thereafter they were just all over. But yeah, it was a good game. I didn't see anyone sitting back trying to trick his cards and manipulating the ukuthi his cards ngokuthi aloke bagi pass and faking injury. It's only one moment where I saw Sipho Chain doing that, but I think now we had the advantage of whether they were leading and it was late, so he was trying to put down the momentum at Chiefs to ensure that they protect their advantage.
Yeah, but then you say that the Kaizer Chiefs then did not look like they were going pound to pound after the 20th minute. So take us through your analysis then of their game.
I think in the first 20 minutes, they were playing like Ulilep was more of a 9. Like ebehleli phakathi lapha with Umoti and Userene on the flanks. In between them there was Umdusha, and then in the middle there was Ungcobo and Umat, and then just behind them it's a Kwiniga and Dav, and then on the left it's Cross and Solomon. So I think it was a 4-2-3-1 because they wanted him to play as a number 10, but he had a lot of the balls, but I think he didn't want to do the basics, and as a result, he lost the balls in very critical phases of the pitch, which resulted in the goals. For example, in the first goal, that was an attack for Chiefs, and they had a numerical advantage up front. Instead of playing the ball wide to Sereno, he tries to play a blind pass to Lelepo, and the defender from Orlando Pirates, I think Kogi, if not Makaul, intercepted the ball, and from there the ball was played wide to Nkota to Mahopa, and then Bavum was late to come and cover that ball, and then it's a goal. And then secondly, in the second half, same thing happens. Umto, instead of tripping the ball and shedding the ball and look for the options, he tries and jump over the ball, and it is intercepted. Pirate recollects, they move around the ball goes to Makaula to Hoto, and then Hoto outdid himself on that goal. I think he outdid himself. I haven't seen Hoto doing that, more especially in between the lines, not on the flanks. I think he outdid himself. He played like a top number 10 there. He dribbled past Orlando Chiefs defenders until I think he was intercepted by a defender there, and then the ball bounced back to Mfukeng. Then Mfukeng had a shot. Bavuma didn't have the best of the touches on the ball. Then it's back of the net. So njengoba ngisho first, umuntu should umele ayifunde naye. As a player, you need to do homework on yourself and relook at how you do our games. And if he does that, more especially on today's games, he should improve on the decisions that he make when he's on the ball, and how quick he does those decisions. Because if he does these decisions like this, it's gonna be costly to the team. When you are playing in the middle of the park, you can't lose the ball cheaply, because immediately everyone is out of position. Because when I do the ball, everyone depends on you to parcel, and everyone is gonna be overlapping on your wings back, and manbuya lo ball lelo lihlatsha khona kubona abanalo ibhola and it's coming now from an opponent, then it's gonna have it is an advantage on your end. So I don't think Mtu had a good game. He should really be hard on himself for today.
What do you make of the performance of Lilepo?
I think Lilepo played well when he was still in the middle, like playing more of a number 9. When they started to put him on the wings after introduction, Morris not to pre, that's where Lilepo struggled, because I don't think he's more comfortable on the ball. He's more of a number 9 who shields and try and take the shots. But Mouse on bigger side, obviously he's gonna be playing against a fullback. As on Mark, he's gonna have to deal more with one-on-one men, or even 2. For if they do carry back up, and so he's going to be exposed. This is what happened today. He scored a good goal. Now I'm touching bigger side in. I don't know for what good reason we're doing that.
On the wrong side, for that matter.
I'm so underfoot, yes. So I don't know who coach will be and that decision on the lap.
I had thought Ukros was my man of the match. The way he was tackling Unkota there on the side from the first half to the second half, but at the dying moment of the game, we just make that blunder by slippering. You've sushi bligile, and then the boy is going, just let him go. Why are you now trying to hold in his hand and uneyelo card? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, the problem with those tackles that he was making on Nkota, every time Nkota would come with the ball, so Nkota would try and dribble him. I don't think there was a time where Ukros would read the ball before it reaches Nkota to try and intercept the ball from Utilfield Nkota. So the more you have those one-on-one with the winger, you are always going to be caught wanting in 1 or 2 moments. And it happened to be that moment where he got a second yellow card. He slips and then he pushes his elbow on the feet of Nkota. That's a pocketful offense. And unfortunately, he had already gotten himself 1 yellow card before that incident, and then it warranted a send-off from the referee.
So now Orlando Pirates managed to get this 3 point, which is then to say we are back to this discussion of a league. That's the league is not gone yet. Pirates managed to win 3 points, and which means that they are coming to Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns is yet to play tonight at 8 o'clock, and you cannot say that's a win already, so anything can still happen there.
Yeah, no, I think because I'm a game appeal, they can say it's not over, but yeah.
What do you mean they can? What are you saying?
I'm saying the league is for Sundowns. It's unlike when they are competing against a team that has no experience in winning the league. Then in that case, you would be saying would they still stand a chance? But competing against Sundowns, and you give them the advantage that you had, and they have yet an advantage at this late stage of the league. It's very difficult to compete against those guys.
Well, irrespective of whether you are competing for the league or you're competing for the cup, it's a cup game. But if it's a Soweto Derby, rest assured, you are going to see fireworks. Just like we did today, we saw Orlando Pirates winning over a Kaizer Chiefs, but Kaizer Chiefs was not there lying and saying, but Chiefs was also coming, but unfortunately, luck was not on their side. We move along. We will see another game right now at 8 o'clock in Mamelodi Sundowns. We still have another Soweto Derby, which is coming next week. Please do subscribe, share, channel. We are here. From me, we are out of here.
Asbong.